And we worked with Kathy most recently in December to find our current home. Kiki's a friend of my mother's, so we got in contact with her through my mom, and because my mom's part of the community.
In terms of qualities we were looking for, we really did want someone who was going to be conscious of LGBT issues in terms of housing and making sure that, I guess, being aware of the fears that we might have regarding discrimination in terms of finding housing. So I feel like a lot of places don't really advertise that they're going to be equal opportunity agents.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, I'm a realtor, here's the areas I work. Mm-hmm. In the current political climate, trans folks are a scapegoat. And while there are currently laws in place that protect against anti-discrimination, there's not really a way to tell if an individual is going to discriminate.
Mm-hmm. And like, even when we were looking for houses, like that was part of my like anxiety. And Kathy kind of quieted those fears a little bit.
She really kind of expresses that she is hoping to find a home that is going to best fit us and our needs.
She also gave us some insight into like, this part of this house may not be like the best built. Like there was a house that we went to that had an addition that was built that was just kind of cracked and like the wind was like blowing through it. And she was like, this probably isn't like, it's a nice house, but like this probably isn't great to have. And the inspector won't necessarily be happy with it.
Her honesty and her patience with us
Mm-hmm.
really stood out, because before we decided we wanted to buy this house, we were a little uncertain, again, with the state of things right now, and also uncertainty regarding the housing market. So we weren't sure what the percentage rates were going to be. We ended up pausing for how many months? Like half a year.
Yeah.
Before reaching out to her again and saying, yeah, we've decided we want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that she was patient with us and didn't, like she occasionally reached out to see how we were doing, but it didn't feel like she was trying to push a sale.
Yeah.
It felt like she was genuinely interested in us and where we were in the journey and what we needed. Mm-hmm. We were also able to just say, hey, how does one contact the trash service to try and get that set up? Because that's not something I've ever done. Mm-hmm. But at this point, I feel comfortable enough to ask her a question like that, which might initially feel a little silly to ask. Mm-hmm. With her communication process, it made us feel like we had a friend. Mm-hmm. It made us feel like we had someone reliable to through the process to reach out to. It didn't feel like we were kind of lost and having to scour the internet for each individual problem that might be related. It felt like we had one reliable source. Mm-hmm. The sex positive community and the LGBT community has a history of being intertwined, of being there for each other. So to have someone who is so openly part of that community, again, it made me feel safe. It made me feel like, I don't know. Like
we were welcome and not like
we had someone
inconveniencing someone by having fears about being discriminated against, because sometimes the straights
sometimes well-meaning allies don't really get it.
Yeah.
So to have someone who feels like part of the community, it felt like she understood us. It felt like she really understood those fears and was able to meet those fears with reassurance and with factual reassurance to help us out. It didn't feel like don't worry about that because that's not an issue because I don't see those issues. It really felt like she understood. Mm-hmm. She was able to speak to our needs by helping us arrange several viewings in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Once we decided that we wanted a house, after several months of waiting, she was on top of it. She said, "I can arrange however many you want,
Mm-hmm.
within reason,"
Yeah.
and arranged, I think, 4 visits in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And she also accommodated Sarah's dad wanting to be able to see one of the properties by arranging for us to see it again on the same day.
Yeah. One of the things that she did to like get us the best deal or like help us financially is I feel like she got us in contact with the Ruth team like immediately. So we got to talk about things like, so we haven't sold our current property, but when we do, we're going to do a thing called a recast, which means we get to take the money from our current home and put it in the new home, and it'll lower our monthly payments. And like, I've never heard about that before, but and also about buying points when buying down an interest rate or using points to do something else, and talking through the use of points and other things that we could use while going through the buying process.
And she really helped provide resources to make a lot of the financial stuff comprehensible.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she was able to get us in contact right away, but even before the house search, helped us understand and break down what a house price would break down to in terms of monthly payments, mm-hmm. to figure out what we could afford within our budget.
Yeah. I mean, she's been great. She's very, very helpful. She, regularly communicates with us, and we trust her a lot to help us through this process and make sure the process runs smoothly, especially with like the mortgage and stuff like that.
I'm very happy with how the process went. The fact, again, that she was able to wait for a good half a year and then just immediately be there to help us get a house within a month almost. Mm-hmm. Is that an accurate timeline?
Yeah.
It was an odd time frame,
mm-hmm.
and she was flexible with it.
And it was also the holidays.
It made us feel understood and supported. And I guess I would say thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We asked our other friends, we said, do you have a realtor that you rely on? They were like, no, our realtor that we used for our current home sucks. And so it was nice to be able to have a realtor that like we can say is great and mm-hmm. recommend to our friends who are within the community. And
so we would say, and we have said, yes. that we trust her.
Yeah,
we've trusted her with
both of our homes,
our townhome, and we trusted her with this house. And mm-hmm. I would trust her for anyone else's well-being in regards to searching for a home.
Mm-hmm.